Does a book have to be laced with pages? Anna thought if more people knew the answer to that question was no, they might enjoy them more. They also might just call it weird, but that was a fact she was already aware of. In a way, she liked to think of it as one of her better qualities. And as she sat in Cafe Americano with a book in hand, she decided to put that quality to use. The interior was decorated with hardwood tables and high chairs that ran along the walls. Although great for privacy's sake, the style forced you to turn your back to the middle, which was dotted with couches and round tables that were arranged so that people could sit and enjoy each other's company while they ate and drank. Various inspirational quotes hung on the walls, and jazz music soothed the ear as it waltzed and jigged across the establishment. But Anna took her usual refuge in one of the back sectional couches of the building. She peered over her books to see a man walk through the front door and wait his turn in line. Soft wrinkles etched into his skin and sparse gray hairs told Anna he was a middle-aged gentleman, maybe 35, with a stout physique. He wore a button-up plaid shirt with denim blue jeans, boots, and a pork pie hat. As the cashier took his order, Anna was sure she hadn't seen the man before. She noticed the way his eyes looked locked into place long enough to realize he was staring at the pumpkin chai latte, but then shifted to the cashier as he ordered an espresso right after clearing his throat. As he pulled out his wallet to pay, Anna examined a rectangular patch of skin that was lighter than the rest of his hand. Widower, she thought to herself. Maybe recently deceased. Then a streak caught Anna's left eye. While turning a page in her book, she noticed a little boy jogging through the cafe until a slight misstep forced his hands and knees to the hard floor. James! A woman who looked to be the mother called her son's name. Her voice hissed loud so as not to yell, but she snapped her fingers in a motion that suggested her son was attached to an invisible leash. He completed the unintentional mime routine by jerking back to his feet and skipping towards her with a large grin. I'm okay, he said. Wow, Anna thought with a smile. Without hesitating, her eyes locked to his knees and shins, where she noticed patches of misshapen and hyperpigmented skin. Definitely the leader type. Father must work a lot, so mom has to be the strict parent too. Looking past the mother and son, she didn't notice the small round table where a young man and woman sat, both appearing to be around Anna's same age. The man was dressed in a solid black shirt, khaki cargo shorts, red and white Jordans, and a red Chicago Bulls snapback to match. The woman he was conversing with wore high-waisted blue jeans, a white shirt, and white slip-on shoes. Braces hung off her wrist, and her hair was shoulder-length with curls. While Anna couldn't hear the conversation between the two, the man seemed to be regaling the girl about something. His arms stretched wide and jabbed in multiple directions. He even stood up at one point to demonstrate an earlier version of himself, leaning against what Anna could only guess was a doorway, only for the door to give in apparently, as he fell back into his seat into laughter. Anna looked back over to the woman. Her legs were crossed, knees and feet pointed away from him. Her smile was big enough, and every now and then she'd make a comment or two, maybe even let out a light laugh. At one point she checked her appearance on her phone screen and moved a lock of curly hair out to her face. She even turned her phone slightly away from the man, but he didn't notice. He was still just talking. She's not interested, Anna thought. Bless her heart. Anna looked away and heaved a heavy sigh as she pondered her own reflection for a brief second. As she checked her phone for the first time, the screen read 7:45. She was supposed to volunteer the next morning, so leaving now to rest and get ready would be best. As she got up to make her departure, Anna looked over towards the exit and noticed the young man sitting with the glass wall of the cafe behind him in her peripheral vision. His head shot down towards the table in front of his hands as he slowly became enamored with typing whatever he was supposed to be typing on his laptop. With raised eyebrows, Anna made her way out the door and began walking down the sidewalk leading to her apartment. While she might have tried to maintain a stiff neck, her muscles loosened just enough to turn around. The young man's figure came jogging out of the cafe. The door swung open in her direction, and he was waving with a smile and giving Anna pause. She blinked hard this time, only to find his figure faded from the sidewalk. And as she looked through the glass and found the seat where he had been sitting, she noticed there was nothing left to read. What's up, guys? Beckham here, back to you with another Reflections of the Week. This time is going to be for the story Persona that you just heard. I think what inspired this story for me was the fact that, and if you listen to this, certainly you can relate. When you're out and about, you're probably more introverted. You're probably like not as engaging as in much conversation with other people. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're quite boisterous, quite gregarious in that manner. And so this is maybe not as relatable for you, but for my introverts, my fellow introverts, you get into this habit of people watching, and like not just people watching as in seeing them like on, if I have to give it levels, like seeing them like on a superficial way, more like seeing them and trying to trying to Sherlock Holmes it, so to speak, like figure out their entire life just by looking at their, facial features, listen to their voice, conversation, so on and so forth. And so I really want to emphasize that quality as when I wrote this story, and really just like kind of delve into that idea, because I just thought I thought it was interesting, an interesting concept to share with you guys, and like just share with the world, really just, what kind of, people always use the term people watching, but like what kind of goes through the mind of someone who's people watching, what they're looking at, and how it's a game on a personal level for myself, or even you listening to this, and how you go about trying to figure out who someone is, how they tick, how they work, how they operate. And obviously you could just go up and have a conversation with them to get clarity, but it's not as fun. Sometimes it's fun to, I think for me, it's fun to kind of guess something, and then let's just say you do have a conversation with that person and you were right, and it's like, oh man, that's pretty cool. And you feel like it's like your own little superpower in that way. So I thought it was pretty cool. I think that was the real motivation behind it. Nothing really going too deep into it. I think, I think let you guys. Oh God, sorry. Let me know what you guys think. There it is, of the ending per se. I won't even. I know it's reflections, but I don't want to delve into it too much. I really kind of want to see what you guys think about it down below in the comments. Like, what did it make you feel? What did you not feel? How did you react to it initially? Did it just leave you confused? Was it like a soothing kind of confusion, if that's a thing? What did you think of it? Because I wanted to leave it. I'm trying to get better at like. Well, I want to do two things, right? I want to have like a gripping opening. The word, an exciting opening. Keep it there, and a good ending, right? And I think that I'm just trying to get better at that. And so this one, given how it's so kind of cerebral, kind of, the girl Anna's in her own head a little bit. I felt the ending was a nice touch, or maybe it wasn't. Again, let me guys know what you think. But I think that's what I was going for when I wrote it, and definitely when I revised it this past week. It's been a busy week for me, so apologies that I'm getting this out so late. By the time you hear this, it might be Sunday, the 26th. But we'll see what the schedule is, because I want to make sure I get my uploads right. I'm trying to like nail this whole algorithm thing as we go along. But yeah, I think that that's what I was going for as it pertains to that particular piece. And I part of me always wants to have like these fantastical if that's the word, angles like when I write stories. Because I love it. That's why I love fantasy so much. But there's like an excitement, a beauty in like the ordinary and the mundane. I wanted to capture that as well. So let me know what you guys think about that. Down in the comments below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts and feedbacks as always. And until next time, the story I'm writing next week is gonna be something I'm excited about. All my stories, me personally, some more than others, admittedly, but I can't wait it's gonna be like another vibe, a realistic fiction, and it's gonna be more like an interpersonal conflict kind of thing. And so I can't wait for you guys to hear that one too. But until next time, guys, peace.